Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy again, the Renegade, and welcome to another episode of the Shit Show. Right along with me is my co-host, Mr. Jason. How we go? How we doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous on this hot ass Fourth of July day.
I know, right? It doesn't even I'll be honest, it doesn't even feel like the 4th of July cuz I haven't been at work all day and I don't know what that's like. I can't remember the
Well,
last time I haven't had to work on the 4th of July. Like
yeah,
decades.
right.
Maybe not
Yeah,
decades. Well, actually probably 'cause I've been in the restaurant and retail for so long. But yeah, probably a couple decades.
damn, really?
Yeah,
That long?
man, you're not allowed to take July 4th and all that crap off. I mean, you get the normal holidays, but people might come in the stores. Can't
For
make
what?
money if you're not open. Uh-huh. hmm But if you're not
For
open, you
what?
can't make
They've already
money.
shit. My thing is, hell, if they didn't get the shit that they needed the day before or prior to that, then they probably don't need it any damn way.
Well, it was like that when we were kids. Everything was closed.
Yeah, yeah, there is that. Just so the fans know, if you want to see the shit show, you go to YouTube page, go to No Filter Shit Show, and it comes right up. So, yeah, so it's been a whirlwind week for me, but we're through it, and we are rolling along. So anyway, let's go on ahead and get started with our first meme. We got this one. Yeah,
Uh, well, that's something, isn't it?
right. Well, see, check this out though. Here's my big thing, about the Kardashians. All right. So first of all, fellas, don't fuck with them. Kanye wound up being going to the nut house. Kanye went to the nut house. Let's see, Bruce Jenner is now a woman. Let's see, what who else we got? Kanye, Lamar Odom's a crackhead.
I forgot
Uh,
about that downturn.
yeah, Lamar Odom's a crackhead. Chris Humphries seems to be the only one that actually got away with anything, but his career tanked after that one. And then playing basketball, and I think he was out what $3 or $4 million. I mean,
Probably.
he paid her. After he bought that ring, for like another 6 million or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't keep up to date on all that stuff, I'll be honest.
Hey, I am curious about something though. Like with him, paying all that money. Uh, does he? I mean, is he still paying on that?
Probably.
I mean, oh
They
man,
don't own anything because if they don't own it, they don't have to claim it. So they don't own anything. Everything's on loan. Everything. That's why everybody gets into trouble unless they have long careers because everything's on loan.
everything is on loan. But I mean, still though, I mean that's a lot of money to be trying to. Yeah, no,
Oh, no,
uh,
no.
yeah, no, that's like a house. Like seriously, a house.
A
Like
house. It's like two or three houses.
yeah. At a pretty decent price range. I mean, according to them, I mean, unless you got $6 million just laying around, like not everybody's Bill Cosby. That
I
cat,
know, right?
and he didn't mess with the Kardashians. Although that would be something. That would be
That's
something
what's
to
coming
see.
next.
That would be something that I mean, they might as well. He's still worth 400 million, and about to get another 87 million from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I mean, so I'm surprised they ain't went after that yet, but you never know. I guess we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, all right, we're gonna go over to our next one. What about this one? What you think, man? Because I don't know, if it's a difference between like black families and white families and stuff like that. And because we they don't my grandmother didn't believe in no AC. It just wasn't happening. She still don't. Still. So yeah, there's no such thing as AC. You're gonna be in there sweating. You might as well go on ahead and get you a towel, and that way you can wipe the sweat off and make sure you got water and all kinds of shit.
I
You
think we
know,
had it, it. Was never very high, but my grandparents always had AC. But like, just go outside then. Like it's hot, might as well go outside. Get
wow.
into something, especially when you're a kid. Like go outside, it's fine.
So you would just go outside and
Yeah, let's go
roast.
outside. Yeah, it's
You,
fine. I mean, at least you're out in
hold
nature. Like,
on.
because I
So
mean, you're sitting in the house and sweating, and you're like, "Ugh." Like you get outside. At least you're not as lethargic. You're just kind of, especially if you're young and you got friends in the neighborhood. Like, just go
yeah,
outside. Because it's only going to get hotter in the house. Like, you can have fans, you can have windows open, but like that house isn't moving. So that sun's going to be beating down on that house, heating up that house all day. You can go find some cool shade if you're outside.
well, yeah, you could, but I mean, still, why would I? Why would I? Yeah, no. I mean, it was cool to kind of drink out the water hose, though. No,
Yeah, I remember those.
you're drinking out the water hose, and just being able to just go out there and do your thing. I guess when you were little, you
Yeah,
had
that's
no
what I'm saying.
problem.
Like right now, I'm not sure what I do. I go get me some ice packs or something.
Oh, right. So I mean, because my grandmother, she does a pretty decent job of not of keeping things on, but it's just like for me, I'm just like, hell no, it is way too hot up in here.
Oh,
And
I mean,
after a
I have
while,
AC. Like I'm not trying to be hot, but if I was in that situation, that's what I would have done.
yeah, no, not me. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'd be in a rock and a hard place because
Yes.
there's no way in hell I'm getting ready to sit there and be like, oh yeah, sure. So yeah, that's a whole nother deal. All right, so we got our next one here. Okay,
What the
so
hell?
yeah, right. There's a guy
I see his
underneath.
arm down there. Like they make this wonderful thing called rope that like most
Well,
hardware stores have. It looks like a refrigerator, so they got it
yeah,
in
it's a
hardware.
refrigerator. It's a
Like
refrigerator.
you could tie that down to the top of the roof. What are you doing?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Don't look like they had any rope, but I do wonder, is that shrink wrap that's all over that box?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they
Okay.
could have got rope from where they bought that like refrigerator. Like I used to get like real life Christmas trees from the hardware store. They have an abundance of rope that they will give you. There's no
Dang.
reason why that should be a thing. That picture that we just saw, or the meme, if you will, that we just saw. Especially he's like hanging. Why is your arm under it? If you're gonna go out like that, like put your arms over it. Like it's not gonna work.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, he would have to be a strong mother sucker
Mm-hmm.
to carry that over bumps and everything else. And it's awfully brave, personally.
I know, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. There's just no way in hell I would be able to do that. I mean, I wonder what they offered him for that too.
But to hold on to it,
Yeah, to ride in there, to actually ride in there, do all that, and yeah, no,
because it's America, a case of beer.
that's it.
Yeah, probably.
You think just a case of beer is what they paid this dude?
I mean, it depends how young they are. We don't know that. Are they dumb college kids? because it might cost a six pack.
Yeah,
You
or
remember
pack
me
of
being
cigarettes.
young. You remember being young and stupid. You ain't got to give me nothing. I can prove I can do that anyway.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, but I don't think I would be doing that.
Well, no,
I
me neither. But
I mean, yeah, that. I mean, there's a lot of things that I would have done, but not that. Yeah, I just wouldn't. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Okay, so we'll go on to the next one here.
ouch. Well, he
Right,
had a good time.
right. He's sitting there. He's sitting there chilling out, smoking a cigarette. Ain't nothing going on. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Now,
Usually, it is the egg.
yeah. I guess. I'm not, I guess. I mean, for me, I'd have had to been like, all right, well, I mean something because yeah, no. Fellas, just don't do that.
Yeah,
Just don't
don't
do
do
that.
that.
Don't do that. That you better hold on as long as you can. I mean, hold on like a hubcap in the fast lane. Something. We figure something out. Do something, but don't embarrass yourself like that. That ain't never good. So here's one I had a real big question about. What you got on that?
I think the phone is in her sweatpants.
Well, yeah, yeah. How to get there?
I don't
That's
I don't
basically
want
where
to
I'm
know.
going with that. Yeah.
Honestly, because girls don't have pockets. That's how that got there. Probably. I'll look on the messed up side of it.
Okay,
Or
except one
she had
problem.
it in like her she had it in like her waistband.
Uh huh.
She don't have pockets, and it somehow found its way somehow.
I was trying to come up with a theory. I was trying to. That's a better theory than what I came up with because I
Do
was
I even
like,
want to hear your theory?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. It was more like I'm looking like, okay, how did it get there? What did it do? I mean, it couldn't have just so happened to drop because she would already know that it was there. I mean, what if she's trying to look for her phone and there it was?
There it was.
Somebody call her phone. Hey, I hear it ringing. Be like somebody's like, do you know that's your ass ringing? I mean, can you just imagine that? I mean, I'm not really sure how that was supposed to work out, but all right. So anyway, we got the next one
Well,
here.
here's my other question. Like, who's the jerk that took the picture and didn't give her a heads up? Like, if that's what she's really looking for. 'Cause, I mean, if you're digging in your trunk for your phone, you're probably cussing a lot at this point in time. Where's my motherfucking phone?
Pretty much,
So the
yeah.
person
Yeah.
that took the picture could have informed that lady.
Yeah, no, that wasn't gonna happen though. That was the thing. And that's definitely, that's definitely a huge shit show. And in which case I'm trying to figure out how that even would have flew. I'm like, okay. Now here's the next one we got. So you've worked at a grocery store before. Uh
Mhm.
have you ever seen something like this happen?
Where it's obviously in the chicken or some other type of container. No, like
You know
that's
what? I've seen donuts being packaged like that.
well, yeah, but I've
But
never seen him like, throw the boneless sticker on the donuts. Like, what are you
right.
doing?
Well, it is boneless.
I mean,
Mm,
that's fair,
I
but
mean, just it is boneless, but I mean,
that's fair. But bones are never in. That's a. You don't have to say that about donuts. You can't get
no,
bony
you don't,
donuts.
but
It's,
no, you don't, but I'm pretty sure we'd be surprised.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, I'd hate to say it, but it's some stupid folks out here. It's real dumb folks. I mean, we get how, yeah, no, it's just what happened. So, with this next one, what would you do if you got something like this one? Make nothing.
Um, so that's a good story because that happened
Oh,
to me once.
no
I
shit.
ordered a big, yeah, I ordered a big and tasty with no tomato and no onions. Instead, I got a bun with mayonnaise and lettuce. It was great. I was pissed.
Hey,
So I go back up in the McDonald's, and I walk up to the counter, tell the manager what had just transpired, and I hear the dudes like in the back laughing, just dying. And I kind of yelled to the back, I'm like, if you can't get high and work, don't get high and work. Mind you, I was probably stoned at the time, but I didn't just make a sandwich without the meat part. Like I got
right.
totally screwed on the meat. I was pissed. Like I didn't even notice because my dude Jerome like lived around the corner. So I just went to McDonald's and stopped to his house, took the bag inside, lift the box. I'm like, why is this so light? It seems light for a cheeseburger. And that would be why, because I didn't get the burger part.
Yeah. So,
I wasn't thrilled. I didn't yell at anybody other than the
well, no.
can't get high at work, don't get high at work. But
I mean,
it
well,
was a
yeah.
terrible experience. Like, because I had to wait for my food, but they fixed it. Like, it wasn't like it's a good story. Like, I'm not mad at McDonald's still 15 years later. Like, I developed
Right.
into a good
Right.
story.
Hey, you know what though? Hey, man, my favorite. Say, what was your favorite sandwich from McDonald's? I used to like the Arch Deluxe.
Dude, the quarter pounder with cheese all day, every day.
Oh,
To this day,
I had to have the double quarter pounder with
yeah,
cheese.
I still get the doubles too. You can get bacon on it now. That's real legit.
Yeah, they got, and it's like, shoot, I remember they used to be like what, 6 or 7 something for a meal.
Yeah.
Now they're like shit. Now they're like almost $10
Yep. I mean,
for a
inflation's a
meal.
bitch.
Man, ain't it? It's inflation. I mean, and I love to eat at McDonald's.
Dude,
But mine is I call it Burger King. I go to Burger King and I get the heart attack sandwich.
the hell is that?
It's a triple whopper with cheese, no tomato, extra mayonnaise, no onion, and bacon.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's the heart attack sandwich.
Yeah,
You're
for
due for it.
sure, but it still sounds really good.
It is. It is. I love it. And get this. It's just about as much as the as a double whopper. But you get the triple whopper and you are like in there. And I mean, you don't even eat anything. That's like your entire calorie count for the rest of the day.
Yeah, yeah, you might not want to eat much else.
No, because you're definitely gonna gain some weight, to say the least. But knowing my fat ass, I always get something else anyway. All right, so this one here is something I had found. Look at this. Right. Right. Just so being candid. I mean, and and just jumping on the serious side of it for a minute. This is the reason why we have a lot of what's going on today is what's going on. And people, people really don't know themselves. It's because of stuff like that. And that exact same attitude where, I mean, like he's only doing what mommy does because guess what? You don't need a man.
Hmm.
And
Kids do. They need them both. That's what people don't
yes,
understand when they be posting that shit.
right. And
It's not about you, damn it. It's
mm,
about the child. They need to learn lessons from both of you.
facts. And it's the sad part of it is it's just like, they say, oh well, I don't need a man, I don't need this. I hear all the time, and I see it, quite often. Women say, oh well, I'm independent and blah 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 blah. I take care of my own, and I have my own house, my own car, my own shoes, my own clothes. Great. Guess what? That makes you an adult. So what, bitch? That's what I say. So what? I'm a queen because I do that. I'm like, no, you're more like the town harlot, the village idiot, or the what is it, or the court jester, or all three, depending on the contract with the kingdom. You definitely ain't no. I'm like, see, I'm like kings and queens do king and queen shit, and that ain't it. Only thing you're doing is taking care of yourself like you're supposed to. Hello. I mean, did I not? And if you're not taking care of yourself, well, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So there's that. I'm just saying, you know, fight me. That's what I tell a lot of. Here, here's the next one. My
Oh
sister's
dear
pregnant.
God.
Right. Hey, does this shit really happen?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm hoping that that's a fucking joke, but
I doubt it.
probably. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It used to be
I
normal.
because I hear a whole bunch of stories, man. I hear a lot of stories about just shit like and the whole common thing they talk about like West Virginia and Kentucky and places like that. But I mean, I hear this. I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, what do you? I mean, I just be hearing certain shit like, dude, I'll be like, how you gonna be somebody's brother and they dad at the same damn time?
That is weird.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's fucked up. I just kind of wonder to myself, like, what is it that be going through these people's heads when they actually do that? So here's the next one. Uh,
Really?
right.
Like, who would be doing that right now?
Hey, it's crazy because it's crazy because I see more and more of it nowadays. Like, no, I mean, like seriously, like whatever happened to like men being men? Like, for instance, do you know how many like calluses I have on my hands right now from working?
Probably a lot, like the rest of us.
They're in right. Well, I don't know about the rest of
But
us
not,
these days,
yeah,
bro,
maybe
because
not the rest of us.
yeah, yeah, because it's a lot of people that's gotten real lazy and like they want to do, like really easy work or whatever, and they think that things are so easy and it's not. And I just be like, I'm proud to have calluses on my hands, according to some of these dudes today that they go and fucking get manicures and pedicures and shit. And I mean, I hate to sound sexist, but men, check this shit out. That's just though that shit is for women. Bro, stop going to these places. Going to and I mean they do it more than the females do, half of them.
Well, and then like, so like, but like, so Disney will give you a shirt if you're a girl and you're underdressed or whatever. Like, I bet everybody laughed at that dude, but nobody said a word about him changing his shorts.
Yeah, I'd laugh at him for sure. I'd play that one song talking about come on, baby, kick them daisy. Dad, like how yeah, I wouldn't even leave the house with that on. Right. That's the next one. It's kind of where I'm at with that.
Ouch.
If God don't like ugly, why should I? Facts. All right, so here's my deal. Everybody sits up there and says, a lot of people say, "Oh well, looks don't matter." Bullshit. You're lying. You're lying. And that's what I tell them. When the minute they say that, because you know me, I'm just rude a lot of times. Yeah, I'll be like, they be like, oh well, looks don't matter. And I say, bullshit, stop lying. Looks do matter because here's the thing. You know, we're about 3 or 4 times as likely to talk to someone that we're attracted to than to talk to someone that we're not.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I
everyone
mean,
has a
so
different like aspects of what they find attractive. Looks always matter. You could
right.
have the best conversation in the world with somebody, but if you're not attracted to them, it's not going to go anywhere.
You're a lot less likely to have another one, that's for sure.
For sure.
You know what I mean? In any capacity, and they may even want to have another conversation with you or whatnot, and you're still going to avoid it like the plague. I mean, that's just it's the law. It's I would have to say the second part of the law of attraction
Yeah.
because the first part is a little deeper than that, but that's a whole nother that's something for like devil's advocate or something like that, because that's something I'm going through now, like as far as the dealing with the laws of attraction and stuff like that. And by the way, just so you know, it's like I think we've had this discussion before. We were in school. Matter of fact, it was me, you, and Will. I miss Will too. That's my buddy.
Oh no, I
Will,
can't wait to start working with him again.
where's he working at now?
I think he's at Target and he's an IA at the school. Like, what the- I couldn't hear you for a second. I was like, what just happened?
Okay, so he is an IA at the school.
Yeah, he's an IA at the school.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. But yeah, me and you and him, I think we were sitting down talking about the laws of attraction and how that actually works. Yeah, I want to see you and him, but I know you were in the conversation. But yeah, that really works. But anyway, enough of that one. We'll go on to this next one. I've been married to a wonderful man. We have been together 5 years, married to.
So I can't hear you, Rennie, but that should have
I,
been a
I got it.
conversation. Oh, okay, there he
I
is.
got it.
Um,
Yeah, I got it.
that should have been a conversation like long before you got married. Because I mean, you do you. If that's what you think you need to be, then I mean, it doesn't affect me any. But like, that's totally something that should have been discussed.
No, that's how people wind up in these entanglements and relationships, and really bad shit happens.
Yeah,
Because,
but
I mean, first off, I'm trying to figure out, like, I mean, I know they go through the transformations and everything else as that concerns and everything else, but how are they actually? I mean, did he notice was he able to not notice something was a little bit abnormal?
obviously not,
Then again, what is normal these days?
right?
But I mean, I'm just trying to figure out like how in the world, how did he get, well, she, uh, I'm not really sure. I mean, what's a pronoun for transsexuals anyway? A politically correct one.
They, he, she, I don't know.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that. I'm not really sure. And I mean, I'm honestly not really trying to be funny, but what would be that's a good research topic there. Hey, guys, fans out there, if you're watching, look, let's see what is a pronoun for a transsexual. I mean, to be politically correct. Not trying to be mean because I'm like you. You do what you got to do. If that makes you, if it, whatever gets you through the day. But, I don't want to be, disrespectful by calling, yeah, I mean, you say he or she, that could go either way.
Yeah, it could.
So it's a catch-20. It's a crapshoot. It really is. So, we need to find that out first off. But if I was him, I would probably be pissed if she told me to. And
Oh, I'd be pissed as hell.
I think her best bet would be just to exit out of the marriage quietly. That would be the best bet. And never speak about it.
Yep.
That would probably be, look, that's one that you would probably be better off taking to the grave, because if you tell them, you'll probably wind up in a grave sooner than you would like. And matter of fact, isn't that against the law?
To not tell somebody?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's against the law. Yeah, you can't do that. It's like I think it's entrapment.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that would be against the law, and I think it would also be a felony in most states for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you seriously can't do that. Like that's one of those things, I guess. And I mean, it's like I said, whatever gets you through the day, but I guess I don't know. All right, so we got this one here. Huh. Basically.
Ouch.
Right. Basically, unless he's got his own car, which he should have his own car anyway, because if he don't have his own car, then you probably shouldn't be messing with him. I'm just saying, like, you, you might want to, think about that one for just a second.
Just a sec. Yeah.
You ladies might want to, hey, ladies might want to sit on that, because I'm a man, and I know that, the one thing that a man should have, period, point blank, plain and simple, is his own transportation. I mean, how in the hell do you expect to get back and forth to work?
I mean, around here, yeah, but some big cities you don't really need it. Depends where you work.
What, like
Like,
Chicago?
yeah, Chicago, New York, places like that. But I mean, you talk about places around here. I mean, the odds of being able to walk to work anywhere within 60 miles of Columbus is few and far between.
Right. And I mean, and Columbus does have a pretty good bus system, but still,
Yeah, it does.
you
And I
know, I
mean,
mean,
I guess the
I
only
mean,
way you'd be able to live close is you would have to get your job first and then move the apartments that are built by it, because that seems to be the thing now. We build big corporate buildings and then put apartments by them. So it's like the only way around here that you can live close enough to walk and not need a car. But then at the same time, what are you gonna do? Like, there's nothing to do if you don't have a car.
well, yeah, and that's my whole point. Like, even, but just even as a man, it's a little bit more fulfilling for you to have your own transportation, if nothing else, to have your own transportation to get back and forth. Now, I'm not looking down on people who don't have cars. I'm not saying that, but on the average, for those of us who can need to, that's like a necessity. I mean, period. Because personally, I like to have the independence and the freedom to be able to get up and go, you know, pretty much when I want to,
That's true too.
you know. And if I'm using another chick's car, you know, I mean, how does a person feel doing that?
Well, that's my question. Like, because I didn't always have a car when I was younger,
Right,
but I didn't borrow people's cars either. Like,
right.
you just kind of walked
Yeah, you kind of walked
or
or
rode the
well, the
bus. You
bus.
walked and rode the bus. That's all you could do.
Right. So, I mean, it's like, how does one do? I mean, I'm not sure. I'd feel guilty behind that one. I'd feel really shitty behind, you know, doing all of that. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. I don't know. But anyway, we'll move on to the next one. Uh, right. Okay, so I'll read this one. A man not bringing a gift on the first date is a huge red flag. And so another woman says, Ella, LMAO. So y'all expect for men to pay for the date and bring a gift just because you came to eat? Bird mindset.
That's. I mean,
Yeah,
what?
it is. I found one. I found one too that said, okay, well, if a man's supposed to bring a gift, here's your gift. Here's your gift. Here's another gift for you. Here's the check. Facts. Like, yep.
Yeah.
You know, you because there's that because you know ladies really need to stop expecting men to really do all of these things. And then, you know, it's kind of like, you know, I heard somebody, I was in a conversation one time with this chick, and she had the nerve to tell me, well, a man has to be, you know, a man has to, you know, meet me all the way. Uh-oh. No, I didn't want that one yet. A man has to meet me all the way, or and I'm not doing anything for him or whatever. He has to meet me. I was like, yep, and you'll be single your whole life doing that one. Good luck with that. Let me know how that works out. Oh, I'm sorry. It probably won't. You know, because
I
there's
mean,
no
what?
way. No, I mean, they expect for the man to like really do everything, like everything.
Oh,
And they won't meet the man halfway on nothing. It's either her way or no way.
oh,
And
that's
this is
fun.
like, yeah, well, this is the mentality nowadays. This is the dating mentality. That's why I tell people, you know, like I've often described dating as I've described it as bad comedy. The date
Damn.
so the yeah, it's bad comedy. It's funny as fuck. The dating pool definitely has P and COVID.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
right.
yeah, P, COVID, and little floaties. You know, if the water around that little floaty is blue, you're in trouble. It's the look. You know, it's bad news. Might want to get out ASAP. All right, so this is the last one we got, y'all. Um, okay, so this lady said on Facebook said her coworker had to have a conference with her son teacher because of a note she wrote. Y'all, please read the note. Uh, damn it, I can't even see it.
I really can't either.
But it was like it was a note saying that you know it was a hummingbird. It was like her mom was singing like took his hummingbird dollars. I'll describe it. The little boy the little boy got his hummingbird dollars took because of he was talking in class and he says, "Look, I'm 6 years old. I'm supposed to talk. You telling me to shut up and I'm not gonna be able to." I'm like, well, that's his fact. And he said he was felt robbed, and he told the lady that he told the teacher that she was gonna burn in hell in the big fire because she stole money from him.
Whoa.
I'm like, well, yeah,
That's, I mean, woo.
but he's right. I mean, and that's the thing. Kids don't really. And he said, and yes, your haircut is really bad.
Ow.
Well, kids don't be lying. I mean,
I
if
mean,
you
that's
really,
true. They are.
you know,
It's not.
he,
Uh,
he just said that, hey, you're gonna burn in the big fire. I was like,
hey,
wow. So this gig, I was like, ouch, not the big fire, the whole thing. I was like, for stealing from him. He was like, I'm 6 years old. I'm supposed to be talking. That's what he did. I'm like, well, yeah, that's true. He was like, what did you expect? And what's really sad, is I could halfway, I'm not really sure if I could punish him for that one.
I know,
I
right? He's
mean,
like,
as a
don't do
parent,
that.
I'd be like, ooh, go to your room. Let me think about this for a minute. And I'd really seriously give this some thought, because I'd be like, well, he ain't lying. That's for sure. He has not told one lie. So what can I do? Like, just say, well, look, you can't be talking in class, man. That's not cool. I mean, that's all you can really say, I mean, like, I'm like, and yeah, her haircut is horrible, you know. So I don't think he was lying about that. I mean, what would you do is, you've got a young kid. I mean, pretty young. I mean, my son's 19, so he's say whatever the fuck he want. But you know, so how would you do that?
um, see, that's hard because you. I don't
Right.
even know. Like,
Right. That's what I'm saying. How would you go about dealing with that? Because I mean, my kid would like literally debate with the teacher.
oh shit.
Like and like he would be bringing up some pretty valid points, because that's just what my son does. He's like one of those people that's just logic and reasoning that's beyond, well beyond my years, and pretty sure they're definitely beyond his. And he really asks those tough questions. Like, so, and when he was little, he did this, and you would just be like, okay, you know what? Get out of my face, boy. That's what it would have to be like, like he's just one of those people. Like I remember one time his mom was yelling at me about some shit, and she turns around. I heard him say, "Damn, I hate it when he doesn't listen to me." Then Michael, he was about 6, 7 years old at the time. He said, "Well, mom, he probably would if you would quit yelling."
Facts.
And she just looked at him, was like, oh, she went into her room stomping and everything. You just like your daddy. Blah blah blah. I'm like, well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Why would I yell at you? Listen to you when you yell. He's kind of right. So he's one of those kids. But this one, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I could really get him for that one. I'd have to wait for the next time.
I
He'd
know,
do
right?
something. Yeah, I have to wait for the next time, because
We're
I
just
don't
gonna
think I could get him.
compound this one on a real egregious situation next time.
Right, because if there is one, because it seems like he's a pretty smart kid.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's a few of them would probably have to multiply before I'd had to just we had to give him the punishment, the deal. But before that, yeah, I don't know if I could get him for that one. Anyway, all right, so that was the last of what we got so far. Jason, what else you
so,
got coming up? What you got coming?
let's see. To the Turnbuckle returns. We took a little vacation on Tuesday from 5 to 8. Facebook Live through Score on Air and Heel Turn Wrestling. We got another edition of the Bruise Cruise podcast, the only podcast that brings you pro wrestling for your ears, dropping on Thursday, featuring the King of Darkness, Evil, and Tanahashi in the main event. Group B, October 8th, 2020, from the ZIP Arena in Yokohama, Japan. I think that's it.
All right. Hey, you know what? And I've talked to you and our one of our colleagues, James Han, uh, about I'm gonna do an article about wrestling, and what I want to do is compare, eras of wrestling, mainstream wrestling like WWE and what used to be WCW, and I kind of want to throw TNA in that mainstream wrestling, but I'm not really sure if I could, if it's, because to me, it's borderline mainstream and indie.
Yeah, that's basically
It-
what it is. But I
right.
mean, it's a good place though.
Right, it's right there on the fence, and then you've got the AEW wrestling, which is indie. I wanted to do a article about the different eras and the psychologies of it, because I noticed that a lot of wrestlers, kind of after a while, they start taking on their character, their wrestling character, and the scripts in real life. So they wind up having a hard time distinguishing who they really are, and it messes with these wrestlers with their psyche. So I was trying to find out, what does a normal wrestler do to kind of help with that.
That'd be good. I mean, I would assume that like most of them know how to separate it.
Hmm.
It's like going to work. Like, yes, professional wrestling is amazing and super difficult, but it is at the end of the day, it's a job.
Right.
And the old adage, "Don't bring your work home with you," kind of applies to pro wrestling. I mean, pro football, NBA. I mean, it kind of applies to everything, really, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's your job. But on that same token, like the guys you're talking about, the Ric Flairs, the Macho Man Randy Savages, the Ultimate Warriors, I mean, they were on the road 350 days a year. So you don't really get that separation. You might go home twice a week, and then you're on the road being this character for the rest of the year,
Hmm. So you think?
constantly over and over again. The line probably starts to blur.
Well, yeah, but it's one thing that I did notice about Hulk Hogan, especially back in like the '80s, and I think this is why he's had such a long career. Is the fact that you would see Hulk Hogan wrestle maybe once or twice a year, being some kind of storyline, that he did. And the rest of the time, he took a break, because of course, Hulk Hogan had like families and everything else.
Yeah, he took a lot of breaks.
Right.
Tried to be in movies, all that stuff.
Right. And that really helped him out. And one more notable shit show item is the Bill Cosby situation. That's, everybody knows, we talked about that yesterday on Devil's Advocate. And that's definitely a shit show.
Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely a shit show. And well, I mean, it just goes to show you that anybody in this law nowadays can be held accountable for anything, because lawyers were definitely held accountable for putting him on trial.
He's probably too old. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean? Like senile in a way, not like, but
well,
I
well,
mean,
my
the brain
whole
when it goes, the brain that is.
well, yeah, but my question is that, even knowing that, like, these women, they waited a half a century to tell them. I mean, like, literally damn near a half a century. This happened, but most of them occurred back in the '60s and '70s, and it's literally 50 years later. Hell, I'm pretty sure there might have been more so-called victims, but half of them are probably dead.
Probably.
Now all of a sudden, you want to come forth, and you're saying, oh, but there again, it was in that whole movement, the Me Too movement. Now, I don't know whether these ladies were lying or not. I can't tell you that for sure. But what I can tell you is that there had to have been way past any kind of statute of limitations,
Oh, for sure.
for them. But of course, it's Bill Cosby. So, and it was right around the time where he was getting ready to buy NBC.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Right. So there's a whole narrative with that anyway. But anyway, enough about that. Listen, we've got some pretty good stuff coming up with No Filter. We're actually getting ready to start planning a music festival, excuse me, for with and partnering up with the Nation of Islam. It's a black music festival that should be a lot of fun. We'll be able to do that. Check out the website. It was updated. We'll have more content. There's going to be a lot of new faces around here and No Filter, and we'll be putting together our No Filter business solutions. We got that going on, and just a lot of different things, you can catch. I just recently had a press screening to go to, which I was real honored to do that. Didn't I show you
Yeah, you showed me.
yeah, that was real good, man. It's a press screening, and a lot of people don't get those kinds of opportunities. For Searchlight Pictures, watching the movie Summer of Soul. And of course I wrote a article about it, and you can find that in motionandmusic.com. You'll be able to find that same article also in Madiba magazine, right along with my Juneteenth article that I just wrote recently. I have those two articles dropping pretty soon. I'm trying to get this wrestling article to drop. I need to find a couple of local wrestlers that I can get with the, just sit down and just ask a couple questions. I have a couple interviews or whatnot, so I can get the party started on that, and we'll be able to take care of that. So hopefully by in this month I'll have 3 articles in 3 different magazines that'll drop.
Nice.
We got that. Man, and the Renegade is always busy doing something. Of course, we're putting together more commercials and content for Voice Corp. Voice Corp is your audio access to the world. Check that out. Whenever you can, you go to voicecorp.org. And please go find their show, like and share it. Or any of the No Filter content, you can go to the No Filter Facebook page. You can like and share that. You can go to www.nofilterproductionsllc.com. Like and share that from there. Hey, and we in there. So, anywho, for Mr. McCarthy here, Mr. Jason, I'm the Renegade, aka Arinthius Frazier, and this has been another No Filter Productions. And you have watched the shit show right here on No Filter, and we will see you at the same bad time, same bad channel. Like I said, you'll see some new faces. We'll have some. We'll be here Sundays. We'll have a lot of fun. Until then, you guys stay safe and stay cool.
Peace.
Have a good one. Right.